All right, a couple things from 4.3. I'm not going to do everything, obviously, but I'm going to skip the graphing since we're not doing that. So a couple things, for example, on 1 through 4. If you write it in exponential form, your life will get much easier. So for example, on number 2, if I have log base 3 of the square root of 3, what you should do is set it equal to x. Because then at that point, when you write it in exponential form, you get 3 to the x is equal to the square root of 3. And now it's just like a regular exponential problem from section 4.2. Because on this point you have to say, okay, what are my bases, and go from there. Remember, exponent roots you can write as fractional exponents. So then x is going to equal 1/2. Okay. Sorry, just going to make sure I don't bleed through everything. Alright. Other things. On 5 through 8, you're just going to write it in log form. So for example, 9/5 squared is equal to 81/25. Okay. Again, remember, logarithms are exponents, so your base is still going to be your base. So you've got a little base here of 9/5. The exponents, as logs are exponents, your exponent is going to be 2. I mean, your log's going to be equal to 2. And then the 81/25 is going to go there. Now, in tomorrow's reality check, I'm not going to give you just straight numbers to write in because that's going to be too easy to check. Okay, I would give you something, let's say, like, right, 3 to the a power is equal to 10 or something like that. I ask you to write that in logarithmic form. And so that would turn into log base 3 of 10 is equal to a. Okay, so you still have to make sure everything matches up correctly. Likewise, on 9 through 12, you're going to do the opposite. So for example, on like number 11, you've got log base 32 of 2 is equal to 1/5. Okay, so again, your base is going to be your base of 32. Your exponent is what the log is equal to, and then it's going to equal to 2. But again, I'll do it much like I did up here, where you'll have variables in the mix. So, log base 3 of 19 is equal to x, and something, and you'll have to solve that out. So that would be 3 to the x power is equal to 19. Okay. 13 through 16 is pretty much just exactly like what you do on 1 through 4, except it's already set up for you. On a problem like 16, since I have lots of people who have already asked me about that one, you have x is equal to, now in this one it's a little bit hard to read, so it's going to be 8, and actually that log base 8 of 13 is the exponent. Okay, and just like in everything else that we've done, what you want to do is you're going to take the complicated part, which is this, and I'm going to make that a, so I'm going to rewrite this as this, because this is going to be easier to deal with. Write this in logarithmic form. If I write that in logarithmic form, my base is 8, my exponent is now my answer, and so that means the x goes here. And now what is a really worth? We had said that log base 8 of 13 is equal to a, so I'm going to substitute that back in. So x is equal to 13. Okay? As I said, we're going to skip the graphing for now, and also writing the equations from graphs. So if you look on the back side, 23 through 26, you have to make sure I'm still in the frame. You're going to have to expand. So let's say, for example, 24. Log base 8 of 4 root 13 over 7. Okay, so you're going to use all your log properties. You're going to break up that, since this is a quotient, you're going to use the quotient rule, and that's going to break up into 4 root 13 minus the log base 8 of 7. This is already all done, so now you're going to mess with the product, and you're going to get log base 8 of 4, and since this is a product, you add log base 8 of square root of 13 minus log base 8 of 7. And then the last thing you need to worry about is saying, ooh, wait a second, square roots. I'm not going to fall for that. I am going to remember that the secret word is passport. Anyway, and you're going to remember that that is fractional exponent. And whenever you take powers and logs, that's going to slide out front. So everything, the final answer is going to be log base 8 of 4 plus 1/2 log base 8 of 13. And if you're not sure about those, just go back on the different videos. And I've got a we've got a log video. I believe it's day 2, that covers all the properties, and that would be that. And then you'll do the same thing for all the other ones. On something, let's say, let's do something semi-obnoxious. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get a nice big sheet of paper for this. Let's say like 30. We're going to work this in reverse. I've got 4/9 log base n of 6y plus 4/7 log base n of 36y squared. So these exponents are going to go up over here. So I get log base n of 6y to the 4/9 power plus log base n of 36y squared to the 4/7 power. And then since I'm adding here, you're going to multiply those two together. And so actually you could kind of bust these out. So I've got 6 to the 4/9 power, y to the 4/9 power, and then 36 to the 4/7 power, y squared to the 4/7 power, so that would become 8/7 power. You could probably you could combine the 6's, because this is actually now, this would become what, 6 squared, so that's going to be 6 to the 8/7 power, and y to the 8/7 power. So actually these are going to be very, very similar. So you're going to get log base n. If you combine the exponents, you're going to add those up. So that's going to become 6. What would that be? 63rd. And so that would be, what, 32/9? That'd be 32 over 63. No, 72 over 63. And then that would become, what, 28 over 63, so that's going to be 100 over 63, and the same thing is going to hold true on that one, so y to the 163rds. I know, real basic, right? On something like 31, actually, how about this one too? You've got 3 log base 2 of 3x minus 3 plus 2 log base 2. Make sure you subscript those. This is not 2 to the 2x plus 8 power. It's a good way to get hurt. So you get that. That's going to be raised to the 3rd power. Plus this is going to be log base 2 of 2x plus 8 squared. So that means that you're going to get log base 2 of, and then you're going to have 3x minus 3 cubed times 2x plus 8 squared. Okay? And then the last set, okay, now I'm not going to give you log base 10 because that's going to be too easy to check, but they tell you log base 2 is 0.3010, and log base 10 of 3 is going to be 0.4771. And so for things like this, they're going to say, okay, 33, just like you did on your homework, which some of you did. Log base 10 of 6, you're going to say, well, how can I write 6 in terms of 2's and 3's? Oh, Mr. Hayes, that's easy. It's 2 times 3. Well, okay, then how can I break that up so I can break it up and make it into, so there's a log of 2 and a log of 3. Oh, well, that's just going to be, remember, from our properties, Mr. Hayes, it's log base 10 of 2 plus log base 10 of 3. So then you're going to substitute the values in. So I'm going to get 0.3010 plus 0.4771. So you're going to get the final answer of 0.7781. Okay, for something like, let's say like 35. This will be the last one, because I need to get this uploaded. You've got log base 10 of 18 to the 1/3 power. Okay, well, first of all, 1/3 goes out front. You know that, right? Secondly, then 18 is going to break up in 2. So this is going to be 1/3 out front. That's going to be log of, 18 is 9. Actually, let's write it as 3 squared times 2. So then that's going to break up into 1/3 log base 10 of 3 squared plus 1/3 log base 10 of 2. The 2 is going to go out front, so you can get 2/3 of log base 10 of 3 plus 1/3 log base 10 of 2. And then we're just going to substitute the values back in. So you're finally, I don't have a calculator with me, but you would set that up like that. And you can take 1/3 of, wrong. Grab the wrong number, sorry. Plus 1/3 of the 0.3010. Okay, and then that you multiply out and get your answer. Now again, the only difference I'm going to do tomorrow is that I'm going to make this like log base B or log base A, so you can't just stick it in on your calculator and kick it out. Okay, and that's about it. Okay, the stuff from section 4.2, you can pull the review sheet off the learning targets area. That's pretty straightforward. It's actually very much like, as I said, stuff like this. So, all right, take your time, shoot me a text, come in early, stop in at lunch, give me a heads up. Talk to you later.